That is going to do it. The Pittsburgh Penguins, 1 win in their last 9 coming in. Winless in 4. But they hand the Minnesota Wild a gut punch here in St. Paul. 3-1 the final. The Penguins take it.
A power outage at XL Energy Center. The Wild lose 3-1 to the Pens, and the home woes continue today for the Wild. Upstairs in the Al Shaver press box, Tom Reid is there. Tom, I don't know that I have an answer. I don't know that you have an answer. Does anyone have an answer how we spark some offense from this squad?
No, you're right, Kevin. And if you look beyond this hockey game and who's coming in behind here, Minnesota now stuck at that 76 points on the season. And then you've got Calgary at 70. But right behind there, you've got two teams with 69, that being Vancouver and St. Louis. And Utah's there, too. I mean, there's always a possibility that they could go on a run and get a bunch of wins in a row, and that's what you need to be in the playoffs. But Minnesota has really the flame has gone out for Minnesota right now. They've got to find a way to get it back.
Yeah, if you look at those standings, not only, the Wild, there's not a ton of room between the Wild and the outside looking in, especially the Vancouver Canucks, who they just played on Friday and lost to in regulation. They played 2 more games than the Canucks. So that, too, the game-in-hand factor is starting to be a little bit of a sticky wicket, and that's why games like this, and Friday in particular, are so important. They come away with 0 points.
No, I agree with you 100% there. But they've got to find a way to get some wins here. I mean, but yeah, I was disappointed just the way they came out in this contest also, because they didn't appear to have a lot of energy into their step here, and that. If you're going to win hockey games, you have to have energy right from the drop of the puck. And we saw such a solid game in Vancouver. They were absolutely terrific all the way through. They didn't win that one, but they deserved better. Tonight, they got what they deserved because they didn't play very well.
So, with that being said, the Penguins pull out a win out of XL Energy Center. Who's Tom Reid's catalyst of the game?
I'm going to go with their captain on the other side, Sidney Crosby. I mean, he just plays at one of those games. He's always there. He makes things happen. He got 2 goals in this hockey game to open things up. He's a +2 on it. He also was a guy that can win some faceoffs, and that's an area Minnesota really has struggled. But he won 64% of the draws to help his team in the final for 52% on their side. But he's their leader. There's a reason why he's their captain and why he's been around so long.
Tom, 14 goals, 40 points in 26 games all time against the Minnesota Wild. And not only that, he gets the last laugh on Marc-Andre Fleury. Fleury was the guy celebrating after the game in Pittsburgh. Now his best friend, Sidney Crosby, gets a chance to do it in St. Paul.
Yeah, absolutely right. What a player, what a career he's had, and he's not ready to hang it up yet either.
Nope. Unfortunately, Marc-Andre Fleury is at the end of this season. That said, he'll be somewhere in the lineup. Who knows if he'll be on the bench or between the pipes, but someone's going to be in a whole lot of trouble come Tuesday night when the Wild host the Colorado Avalanche. You talk about one of the hottest teams in hockey, and not only a good lineup, but they made themselves better at the trade deadline. That's going to be a whole lot of trouble coming to St. Paul Tuesday night, Tom.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. We'll see Charlie Coyle, a former Wild player. He'll be there as well to help out, and they picked him up. He can do some good things defensively for that hockey club. But there's no question that when you look at a team like Colorado, they're a team that really has solidified their game as they get ready to go into the playoff picture.
You're here for a long time. Did you have to introduce yourself to the staff down at Tom Reid's Hockey City Pub?
They know who I am.
Oh, good. You're the guy that signs the paychecks. Whether they know who you are or not, they at least pretend. So that's nice.
They know my name's on the check.
There you go. Tom, thank you. We'll talk to you Tuesday.
Thanks, Kevin.
Tom Reid upstairs in the Al Shaver press box following a 3-1 loss to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Sidney Crosby does it again, and he's Tom Reid's catalyst of the game. The catalyst of the game is presented by Catalyst Supply Co. Building materials and install support. Boost your build. When we continue, John Hines plus a trip down to the Wild locker room. You're listening to Wild Hockey presented by XL Energy. In hockey.